Hey guys, I had hoped to get to this sooner than I have, but stuff happened. Ameobi got sick and life happened. So we're gonna have a look at this MyPlayer and MyCareer overview from the 2K25 developer diaries and see what they've got. We'll see what they're cooking up.
Hey golf fans, welcome to our first developer diary episode for PGA Tour 2K25. My name is Lawrence Forster and I'm a lead designer on the project.
Hello Lawrence.
And my name is Ken Alguire. I'm a lead producer for PGA Tour 2K25.
That's great.
Today, we're excited to run you through all the changes and additions we have made to both our flagship mode MyCareer,
This is interesting.
as well as our MyPlayer customization and progression systems.
That's Oakmont for sure. Church Pew Bunkers. I think I did read somewhere that they're going to have so they have the three majors, right? They've got the US Open, the Open Championship, and the PGA, and they're going to have the three courses that are being played in the game this year, which is pretty cool.
Let's kick off by walking you through everything you can expect from MyCareer within PGA Tour 2K25. In MyCareer, the player will choose where to start their journey, either in Q School, on the Korn Ferry Tour, or jumping directly to the PGA Tour. Players compete in tournaments in a schedule that mirrors the real-life PGA Tour, as they
Okay, so, nothing too exciting here yet.
vie for points, with the goal of finishing in the top 70 and earning a spot in the playoffs with a chance to compete for the coveted FedEx Cup.
FedEx
A
Cup.
pillar of ours at HB is to give players the most authentic PGA Tour
This looks a lot different. Looks very clean, actually. I like that.
experience possible. So let's jump into some of the key additions this year.
Okay, so we've got the difficulty, our difficulty, the opponent's difficulty. That's just going to determine what kinds of scores they shoot, conditions, rounds per event. So you can do like the full 4 rounds for every event if you want it to be fully realistic. A lot of guys are going to just go one to get through it quicker, and then there's the dynamic. We'll get to that later.
We're really excited to be able to include 3 of the major championships this iteration. We'll be including the PGA Championship, the US Open, and the Open Championship.
That's actually quite a big deal. So when EA Sports brought their game out, one of their big selling points was we have the majors. And now 2K has 3 of the 4. I'm guessing that either the contract that Augusta had with EA was long enough that they couldn't get it, or Augusta's probably a giant pain to negotiate with to get them into games. Like, they've only ever been in a couple that I can think of. I know there was an old Tiger Woods game, Tiger Woods the Masters. They had it in there, and then the EA game. I don't know that I've seen it ever in another video game, and so it's a rare thing. I'm not surprised they don't have it. It's a shame they don't, because it'd be really cool if they did, but I get why they don't.
Alongside their courses for the 2025 season.
Yep.
Forgiveness, the thing every golfer looks for in their clubs. But what if you could have it in your swing too? Introducing Perfect Swing. One of our goals, alongside making the most authentic golf game on the market, is delivering the most accessible golfing experience. Our Perfect Swing
Well, let's go back. So we'll find out what this is, because there's Evo Swing as well, and hopefully they'll explain the difference. But you've got swing difficulty, rhythm preference. Curious what that means. Swing bias input offset. Okay. Swing context input offset. Vibration still going to be there for those of us that like it for putting. Thank you. Lie range is going to be classic. So if you're in the rough, it'll be like, between this and this. Distance control assist, you could put that on or off. I imagine we'd want that off. Unlimited putt previews. Okay, yeah. Course yardage, yes. And then the Pro Vision for wind and lie penalty will show you what it's going to do and that kind of stuff. So this looks like the easy version of the game. Okay.
Alongside making the most authentic golf game on the market, is delivering the most accessible golfing experience. Our Perfect Swing difficulty setting does just that. As our new players get used to the complex...
Yeah, and you can see how wide this... Because it looks like you pull the club down to here, pull the stick down to here and then pull it back up to here. And these are gigantic, right? So this is kind of like the beginner version of the game, which it's good. They're going to have a variety of difficulties like they have in the past. So I like this.
Game of golf they can have this option to ease that journey, with a swing, unlike mine, sure to find its target. And for those low handicappers who just want to kick back and relax before jumping back into MyCareer, Perfect Swing is perfect for them too.
Okay. Now the Evo Swing, which is what we'll probably be
Our
playing.
franchise has been built on stellar gameplay, and Evo Swing is taking it to the next level, taking into account the
Oh, hang on.
lie angle, the golfer's natural ball flight.
So wait a minute. Let's just go back just a hair. Watch this, how it moves.
And Evo Swing is taking it to the next level, taking into account the lie angle, the golfer's natural.
So if it based on, so if I want to cut, instead of going up and straight down, it looks like I'm going this way, right? And if I want to hit a draw, I'm going that way. Interesting. Interesting idea. I think what'll end up happening is people will figure out how to just orient the controller so that it's just straight up and down. But it won't be a trivially easy thing to do, I don't think. And it does make it a little bit more challenging to shape shots, which it probably should be. I think hitting shaping shots in previous games it's been automatic, right? It's been like, okay, well, I'm gonna hit draw, set draw, you swing the same way. Whereas here, it's gonna add that one extra element that if you want to shape it, you're gonna need to slightly change how you move the stick up and down, which I think is a good idea overall.
Ball flight and any shot shaping when determining the swing input for each shot. Evo Swing emphasizes precision inputs over the swing timing of the past. Don't worry, 3-click has evolved right alongside.
Wait, he said something interesting there. Oh, no, go back. Get back in here.
Shaping when determining the swing input for each shot. Evo Swing emphasizes precision inputs over the swing timing of the past.
It emphasizes swing inputs over the timing of the past. Does that mean that tempo isn't going to be as big of a deal? Because as somebody who is gradually heading towards having shakes all the time, not having to worry about tempo will make life easier for me. But it has the potential to make the game a lot easier, which I don't think you want at the upper end. Like I think tempo needs to be a part of this game somehow. Otherwise, it turns into Tiger Woods of the day, and you shoot a million under, or they do something where there's like RNG or something that makes it more difficult. So I hope that's not what I'm hearing, or hope that's not what I'm understanding. At least, we'll see what they say.
Don't worry. 3-click has evolved right alongside swing stick. Both swing input types are made up of 4 parts, as you can see here in our swing feedback meter.
Because they have the rhythm and the transition. So that means it makes it feel like you can't just, move the stick however you want. I don't know.
The transition, the expanding ring, sets the power and distance control. During the backswing, the swing path at the bottom sets the push-pull of the shot. The rhythm, the collapsing ring, applies a distance control modifier to the shot. During the downswing, the contact at the top sets the hook slice of the shot.
All right, out of that bunker.
I'm sorry, what? Let me try that again.
Back meter. The transition.
So, all right, so my cursor starts here, right? So I go to here for distance. Okay, that makes sense.
The expanding ring sets the power and distance control. During the backswing, the swing path at the bottom sets the push-pull of the shot.
Okay.
The rhythm, the collapsing ring, applies a distance control modifier to the shot.
Well, how does that work?
Sets the push-pull of the shot. The rhythm, the collapsing ring, applies a distance control modifier to the shot.
Is there a timing thing in there where you need to get to here by a certain time, or like when you go back and then you come through, like you want this, so this thing starts here and it's going this way, and you want the blue to be on this gray? Is that what we're trying to do here? Is that maybe the timing aspect of it? And then where you get in here determines your face angle.
During the downswing, the contact at the top sets the hook slice of the shot.
All right, out of that bunker, onto the green. Let's go.
Again, by the way, that looks fantastic. Like that just looks fantastic. The way the sand is is the rake. It's grains like it should be, in the grass here. It looks wonderful. And then when it goes onto the green.
During the backswing, the swing path at the bottom sets the push-pull of the shot. The rhythm, the collapsing ring, applies a distance control modifier to the shot. During the downswing, the contact at the top sets the hook slice of the shot.
All right, out of that bunker onto the green. Let's go.
Oh, shoot. And then, yeah, the grass looks great. Like the game looks fantastic. Now, what I'm wondering is, are we still going to be able to do things like de-loft and add loft? And because a lot of times it's about, okay, how do I set it up so I don't have to do a partial swing? Or is it going to be that because the tempo isn't going to be as big of a deal, maybe that won't be a problem, and maybe it will be more about having partial shots? We're gonna have to get our hands on it and play it to find out, right? That's where it's gonna have to be a matter of, okay, what does this feel like? And this is something that if they get this right, it will be great, and if they get it wrong, the game will suck. So I hope they get it right, and I hope that they've been listening to people that have been testing it who understand golf to tell them if this is realistic or not, and if it's enjoyable too.
PGA Tour 2K25 includes a brand new high-resolution terrain system, complete with revised ball physics, that allow the ball to roll and react to terrain with much more accuracy than before.
Okay, that is desperately needed, and that's fantastic here. You would never have been playing a bump and run like that in previous versions of the game because it gets stuck in the Velcro, right? But if they've been working on making the ground physics better, awesome.
4. Our all-new shot prediction system allows us to predict exactly where your shot will go the moment the ball leaves the club face. This allows our commentators to react in real time, just as they would on TV.
Right on line, but just misses.
He's done
So
that.
good old John McCarthy can roast you with even more accuracy than before.
Might be rough.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I like the idea of the physics. That's fantastic. The shot prediction thing where now the commentator, I always have the commentators off, so I don't really care. But the ball reacting on the ground better, that was one of the things the EA game had that 2K didn't. And if they've got EA's ground physics, because my understanding is that some or many or all of the developers of the EA game are now with 2K. That's what I've heard on the internet. It must be true. But if they've brought that over and added it to the game, then that immediately improves it right there.
Players are now able to leverage the game's simulation engine and their MyPlayer's current skills to dynamically simulate holes on a course, allowing the player to experience playing in a tournament, but in a shorter amount of time.
That looked good for a while.
Okay.
Players can participate in bite-sized training scenarios, such as landing on the green within a certain amount of shots, or sinking a few long putts. Successfully completing these scenarios will
That's what those circles were at the beginning. Okay.
result in boosts to the player's attributes that carry into the next week's tournament. We also have practice rounds, which will give the player an opportunity to get a lay of the land on a course they are unfamiliar with, and special sponsor events that enable the user to progress their sponsor relationship even faster.
Okay. So it looks like they're going into going more in depth in the career mode, which it probably is needed. I will see what it's going to happen as far as leveling up our player as we get there later on. It's one of these.
Through the new conversation and interview system, players will begin to build out their own personality and their fan base. After a tournament is finished, players will receive invites to press conferences and sit-down interviews with media outlets, messages from fellow PGA Tour pros to compete in rivalries, and offers from major brands for sponsorship opportunities.
Whatever.
Performance-based sponsorship opportunities will arise that result in a change to the player's popularity. Reaching each threshold of popularity will earn the user a chunk of VC to improve their MyPlayer's attributes, equipment, or apparel. Players will also be presented with various dilemmas that can make a direct impact on the course. For example, do you choose to hit the weights hard and gain some power, or focus on mobility and improve your rhythm? Each decision will have a meaningful impact on your player's attributes in the next tournament.
And then
in every conversation, the user can build out their MyPlayer's personality, which can either be bold, reserved, or composed. Players are encouraged to pick the personality that resonates with them and stay consistent in the public eye to increase their popularity quickly.
Sure.
A layer on
Whatever.
top of your MyCareer journey and the rest of the game is our new quest system. This new
Okay. So, this is common in sports video games, right? You'll have daily quests where you get whatever. I'm like VC in this case, I guess.
System is another way for players to engage with the game and earn different rewards on a daily, weekly, or seasonal basis. The main quest for MyCareer is the GOAT checklist, inspired by the...
I mean, I'm kind of let's see what these checklists were here. I'm kind of hoping that they're things that you will kind of, just by playing the game, you will kind of achieve. Like, you're not going to have to do silly things to get there. So finishing 5 rounds with an Adidas top. Okay, well.
And earn different rewards on
and
a daily,
Divot Derby and
Clark. The main
what was this one?
System is another way for players to engage with the game and earn different rewards on a daily, weekly, or seasonal basis.
So hit green, start from at least 240 out, hit the green. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Gives you rhythm.
The quest for MyCareer is the GOAT checklist, inspired by the career of our legendary
GOAT checklist. Maybe show it for more than 3 seconds.
No basis. The main quest for MyCareer.
Actually, 3 seconds would have been nice. So complete the quest of the Career Grand Slam. What's the 4th one? I wonder what they're gonna. I wonder what probably the players. Maybe, I don't know. Because they only have 3 of the majors, right? So they'll have to make a 4th one, unless they're just going to do 3, which is fine. Outdrive and outshine, rise the star. Okay, sure.
Is the GOAT checklist, inspired by the career of our legendary cover athlete, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, he was all right.
Players will need to win tournaments, complete the Career Grand Slam, earn fans, defeat rivals, and build their brand by signing sponsorships.
Okay.
Now it's time to take a look at MyPlayer to show you all the ways you can tailor your experience to become the ultimate PGA Tour pro in MyCareer and rise through the ranks in multiplayer. Player customization in PGA Tour 2K25 has made a large step forward. The key additions we've made here are increasing the base head models per body type from 1 to 4, offering a larger variety of skin tones and customization options,
all right,
increasing the number and style of different hair options, as well as additional facial and skin customization, adding the ability for players to customize their height and body types.
Hey, I can be a big fatso or a short skinny guy now. That's good. I mean, it's realistic. Some of us are on other ends of that scale, right?
We believe all these changes allow for greater representation and the ability to really let you create your ideal golfer.
Okay.
Choosing the archetype you think best suits your playstyle is the foundation to build out the rest of your skills and attributes. In PGA Tour 2K25, you can choose from Greenskeeper, Powerhouse.
Okay, let's see if we can see what each one of these is.
Attributes. In PGA Tour 2K25,
no.
You can choose from Greenskeeper.
Greenskeeper is a specialist with a putter in hand. However, so much time spent on the greens means less time reading lies and shaping shots. Okay. He's good at push-pull forgiveness with putt path. He's good at putt contact, and he's good at correction. All right.
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse is you're hammering it. So you're getting max carry distance, trajectory height, and spin. Oh, okay. The spin, I guess that makes sense. If you hit the ball hard, you're going to spin the ball more with every club. So that makes sense. Okay. I was thinking ball for a second. No, this is player. That makes sense. Transition and rhythm is what you're going to be good at. Technician, they're good at swing quality, so their contact is good, their correction is good, and their putt weight is good. So I'm guessing they're more like they don't hit the ball forever, but they're very accurate. Sculptor is he works the ball like crazy, so he's got good shaping and rhythm and tradition. And what's magician get out? Magician will be getting out of danger. That's good. Okay.
Can't decide what archetype to choose? Well, in PGA Tour 2K25, we've also added the ability to have multiple MyPlayers. This allows you to try all the different archetypes and progression paths and never feel locked into your first pick.
So this will be handy for a couple of ways. One, if you start with a guy and you don't like the archetype you've chosen, it's easy to switch. The other way this is gonna be really big, and it assuming that if the archetypes are balanced enough that people choose different archetypes. I gotta be honest, in 2K23, I don't remember what the hell I chose. Like, this was something I did at the beginning, maxed my guy out, and then that was it, right? Forgot all about it. And I suspect this will be similar, but if there's a balance, this will allow course designers to play their courses as different archetypes. So they'll be able to see that, you know, if a guy can only carry at 280 versus a guy who can carry at 295, how much how much differently that course is going to make the course play. Right. So one of the things that happened in 2K23 a lot is the designer would design the course around their player. So they would play test with their player and they'd put a bunker somewhere that was perfectly in play for their player. And then my player, because I went big, would just fly the bunker as if it wasn't even there. Right. And so this will allow the designers an easier way to see how it plays for different archetypes, which will be a good thing.
Attributes are the core MyPlayer stats that affect your base swing and putting mechanics,
Okay.
and each archetype has its own set of starting attributes that are reflective of the specific playstyle. To improve these attributes, you use VC to apply attribute points.
So VC, the virtual currency. So does that mean that VC is actually going to matter this game? Because I have however much in the last game and I didn't use it on anything. And then these gold things and yeah, all right. The other thing I'm going to wonder is, can you purchase VC using money through microtransactions? So I don't think it'll ever be play to win, but could it be pay to win? Can it be pay to get your guy maxed out quicker? The other question is, it looks like based on this, your archetype will be locked as far as how high their rating can get, right? So like Powerhouse will have, you can probably go to 99 or 100, whatever the max. It's probably 99. Okay. But Sculptor or Technician won't be able to get that high. So your max, and you can see the, right? You won't be able to max out a player all the way on everything. So the archetype will matter.
As you level up and assign attribute points to your different stats, your overall rating will increase, which is a measure of your total attribute ceiling. By default, each MyPlayer has enough attribute points unlocked to progress to OVR 85. Once you reach that level, you must earn XP through completing rounds and objectives to increase your OVR to the 99 OVR cap. Once you reach an OVR of 90 with one of your MyPlayers, you unlock Rebirth. This gives all newly created MyPlayers a pool of free attribute points that you can assign to a new MyPlayer right away to jumpstart your progress.
Okay. So that you do have to do a little bit of playing in order to be able to switch to another archetype to then boost them. But eventually we're going to play this game enough that we'll have, we'll be swimming in VC and we'll be able to max out all of them, I would imagine.
Skills in 2K25 have been completely overhauled with new branching trees for each discipline on the course. Each tree is populated with a ton of all new shot types and the ability to improve your proficiency for each type. Okay. There are 5 main skill trees to choose from: T skills, approach skills, recovery skills, bunker skills, and green skills. There are a limited number of skill points available.
Just going by memory, this seems similar to the EA game, what they were doing. And so these gold things, I guess, oh, maybe not, ×2, and I've got 149. Okay. And then the other thing is, if I want to reset my skills, I can spend 500 to do that. So we had something similar in 2K23, but it was done differently, and this looks like it might make a bit more sense.
Players to about 2/3 of the skills. How you choose to spend your skill points will be key. Much like attribute points. No.
Having the Texas Wedge as an advanced shot type, no. It is the easiest shot there is in the game. Drop ball in fairway, get putter, hit putter. It is not difficult. Now, if you want it to be something along the line, so here's where I'm gonna have a problem. If I can't putt from the fairway until I unlock this, that's stupid. If I can putt from the fairway, but my distance control or whatever is all over the place, that's different. But it is not like anybody can putt from the fairway, man. Like anybody can do it. Or the fringe even. Like that's even easier. It's not hard. This shouldn't be an advanced shot type. It really shouldn't.
To create the ideal golfer for you. In PGA Tour 2K25...
So going back, like a stinger, yes, that sounds good. certain kind of like punch or a more shaping ability or things like that, yeah, okay. Texas wedge, no, that's and they had that in the EA game as well, and I said the same thing. Like, I shouldn't have to unlock the ability to be able to putt from the fairway. Like, it's not hard. Anyways, let's see what they've got here.
Introducing equipment progression, the ability to earn experience on the clubs and
Enhance my club sets and my golf ball attributes. Huh. Okay. So it looks like balls we're going to be able to do something with.
balls that you choose to take into each round. Clubs will have the ability to be leveled up by
I need to go back. I was cut into them.
earn experience on the clubs and balls that you choose. We're introducing equipment progression, the ability to earn experience on the clubs and balls that you choose to take into each round.
Okay.
Clubs will have the ability to be leveled up by set. Players can level up their clubs by either continually playing rounds.
Level up by set. Okay. I don't know that anybody buys a full 14 club set of, like 13 club set of clubs. You typically buy irons, and then you buy wedges, and then you buy lumber, right? Like, okay. I'm curious how this is going to work. Let's see more.
With chosen set of clubs, or by using level up tokens that they have earned or purchased. The level of your club will determine the amount of fitting slots it has. Level 1 clubs have 1 fitting slot available, level 2 have 2, and so on. Fittings are back but very different, being used to improve the performance of your club that benefit layered on top of your MyPlayer attributes. They are at the core of our new equipment progression system, and our new approach is focused on simplifying things by making fittings universal. If your club uses that fittings attribute, you can equip it, reducing the number of attributes on a fitting, increasing the number of fittings that can be equipped to a club as you progress, allowing a single fitting to be applied to the entire set of clubs by type, and finally, removing the VC cost to fit a club. Yes, fitting a set of clubs is now free with any fitting in your inventory. Club sets in PGA Tour 2K25 also have Evo tiers, which consist of 5.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm completely understanding this, but it seems like it's just not going to be as complicated, and yeah, okay. Again, something you're gonna have to get your hands on and see how this all works. What again will happen is we'll get at the beginning, our clubs will be crap. We'll play a bunch, we'll gain VC and XP and whatever else, and then we'll max our clubs out. And we'll spend the rest of the game with our maxed out clubs, and it'll be fine. But for something like TGCTours, and then the interesting thing is balls is part of this too. So I'll be curious how the balls are going to work. But for something like TGCTours, like, it looks like grinding early is going to give you an advantage, right? There's going to be some grinding need to be done in order to get your player and your equipment up to the point where it's maxed out. And after, say, 6 months or so, then it'll become an even playing field, I guess, once everybody's caught up. But at first, it won't be. People are going to have different levels of their player, different equipment levels. So it'll be interesting how long that takes and how that affects something like... Because this strikes me as being more for the career mode. Strikes me that a lot of this has been focused on career mode, which I think makes sense given your typical your player base is going to be mostly focused on that. But for things like societies and whatnot, which is TGCTours, I don't know. There definitely will be people who will be upset that because they can't play all day, they're at a disadvantage to everybody else.
5 levels with increased boosts for each tier. Once you have completely leveled up a club, you can use an Evo tool to evolve your clubs to the next tier, which unlocks more powerful fitting slots. With all the customization on offer in PGA Tour 2K25, we wanted you to have the opportunity to be able to customize your clubs across multiple golf bags, so you always have access to a set that might be more tailored to a specific type of course.
Yeah, that's cool, right? So maybe I'm going to go play an Open Championship type of course, like a links course, and I want to have... I don't know if I'll have a 2-iron, but I want to have more, like longer irons, ball's going to roll more, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to play another course that's softer, and maybe I want hybrids and stuff. It's cool. I don't know that I'll change. Like, if going by previous games, I tend to get a set of clubs I like and I stay with it. But, maybe there'll be opportunities to have a slightly, I don't know. I was going to say a slightly less optimized 3-wood, but then it said something about it going across all of them. I don't know. I'm curious to see how this works. It's a good idea because in real life, players do this, right? They will tailor their bag slightly based on the course. Maybe you'll have an extra wedge on a certain type of course, whereas another course you won't. Yeah, interesting.
As you can see, there are a lot of improvements and new features in PGA Tour 2K25
Nice stinger.
to help you create your own experience on the tour. At HB, two of our core pillars are self-expression and golf authenticity, and we're really excited how we've been able to bring these two pillars together.
I liked how that very silly thing, but
Self-expression and golf authenticity.
the way this divot is flying.
And we're really excited how we've
Just
been
looks
able
really
to
good.
bring these two pillars together to allow you to craft your own unique journey through the ranks and onto your way to becoming the greatest of all time on the PGA Tour.
Okay. You know, impressions from this. It definitely looks like parts of the EA game have been added to 2K25. My hope is that they will take what was good about the 2K23 and 21 games, and to a lesser extent 19, and add the EA game stuff that was good about the EA games. And when EA came out, I remember saying on stream, and if you're not watching on stream, twitch.tv/WhatAboutAmeobi, and I stream on here too when I'm doing golf. I remember saying on stream that if you took the good of 2K23 and the good of the EA game and combined them, you'd have a hell of a game. It's possible they've done at least some of that. I don't think they've done all of it. It's possible they've done some of it. There's a good chance this could be the best golf video game that's been created. There's also a chance that I could be getting set up for a massive letdown. And I won't know until I actually play the game. But what I'm seeing so far makes me optimistic. So I'm interested. Let's see what they come up with. Let me know down in the comments what you think. What do you think of this? Are you excited about it? Are you gonna be buying this launch day? Are you gonna be getting the, pre-ordering it and getting the week early access, that kind of stuff? Is there stuff in here you like? Is there stuff out here you're not like? And if not any of that stuff, then just tell me what your favorite kind of pizza is, because engagement rules. Thanks for watching. As they bring more stuff out, it strikes me we need a course designer video. So I hope they're planning that, because I want to see what that's going to look like, because the course designer is going to be a big part of this game and we haven't seen it yet. But other than that, I'm curious. We're off to a good start here. So we'll see what else comes down the pipe. I'll keep doing these. When I hear things, I'll get it out. And we'll go from there. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.